you have to reach forward and push forward to experience the life that you need to experience. Do the things that you need to do. Obtain the shit you need to do. Be disciplined in the areas you need to be disciplined in. That's why they hate on you, because they are miserable in their own life, because they don't have a journey that they're on. Yo, what's good? It's Revels. We back with another video. Straight free game. Look, man, I want to be more consistent with my content of just free game, of things I want to talk about, things, my experience in life and different things like that. I don't want it to seem like anything is scripted. It's going to be literally off the top of my head, my daily experiences, the things that I'm going through, the things that I feel that is relatable to you guys, and different things like that. At this very moment, I am in my office space, as you guys can see. This is where I do all my work at. This is where I get everything done. If you've been a follower since the start of started creating content consistently back in 2021, you've been a follower since then you kind of like seen this space. And then even last year I was posting a lot in this space, but that's all here. That's all here and there. I just want y'all to understand that, look, I'm gonna be giving y'all free game. I'm gonna be on here consistently, 2 times, 3 times throughout the week. Don't mind that noise. They are in here working in the gym, doing something. One thing about the gym, they always doing something just because it is an older gym. But this is one of my office spaces outside of my home office. But no, free game that I just kind of wanted to give you guys is just like things that I've been kind of going through and things that, I just want to stay focused on and keeping the main thing is it's just like staying focused on being consistent, staying focused on being disciplined. And a lot of times when you don't see the results quicker than you actually want to see the results, it's harder to understand these concepts. And I'm here the first one to tell you, like, look, bro, like shit do just genuinely be hard. Like shit just be hard. And I'm telling you that it's supposed to be hard, because if it was easy, then everybody in the world would be able to do all these numerous of things. Like it's supposed to be hard. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to necessarily cut corners. You don't necessarily got to cheat your way through. You could literally just take the steps you need to take to get to where you need to get to. And then also too, like staying focused on not letting people be in your way or get in the way of your success, because at the end of the day, like there's certain things in life that have to be done. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to all I'm saying, I speak from a standpoint of always being at a higher level in life, always being in that 1% of being wealthy, of being successful. I speak from that standpoint of striving to be that point and to not born into that life, but also being to a point where it's like, I want to get to a point where I'm not there. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're at a point where you just maintaining, you have certain things that you want to have, but there's so many more things in this life that I want to have. You know what I'm saying? And you should also have those things too. Life isn't enjoyable if you're not striving to be nothing, if you're not striving to get to something. Like if you wanted to be a fucking flight attendant, why don't you study to be a flight attendant and strive to obtain that goal and kind of be that goal? If you wanted to have your doctor's degree, why don't you go to school and just do those certain things? These are examples that I'm kind of speaking from. But like for me, I want to obviously own a team overseas. I want to host. If you guys don't know, I host basketball events all over the world two times out of the year. We have a basketball event coming up in 54 Bays in my hometown city. We have 8 teams coming. This is our 3rd year doing it. I want to host basketball events all year round, all over the world. Like I genuinely like doing that shit. I want to bring brands in. I want to be a basketball social media aficionado, but I also want to be a brand marketer, to the point where like if a brand sees me and they see my what I bring to the table as far as these events and the community that I built. They're like, oh, we want to work with him because we're behind his mission. We're behind everything he wants to do. These are the things that I want to do. And it's hard to get to those points, but you have to take every step to try to get to those points. And you have to take, it's an everyday process. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not necessarily clouded by anything, because there's one thing, and I take a lot of advice. Honestly, I'm a sponge and I'm influenced by every experience, and you should also too, because I take a lot of advice from a lot of different people. And I had took some advice from someone, and it said, don't be in your own way. Don't be in your own way of success, because it's like, how are you supposed to get to where you want to get to? You know what I'm saying? So I'm always being influenced. I'm always trying to learn. I can learn from the youngest generation to the older generation to my generation. You know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say is that this is a process of being in this life every day. Why wouldn't you want to be in that 1 percentile? Why wouldn't you want to make your kids proud? You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't, even if you have kids, and I tell this to all my TikTok followers and everybody that I kind of speak to, is if you have kids and if you have people that are dependent upon you, why wouldn't you want to give them an opportunity to be successful because you didn't have the opportunity? Why don't you want to reach back and give them the opportunity? But in order to do that, you have to reach forward and push forward to experience the life that you need to experience. Do the things that you need to do. Obtain the shit you need to do. Be disciplined in the areas you need to be disciplined in. Because the moment you're not disciplined in those areas, then everything falls short. Everything fails. Your life fails. It's really that simple. This shit is not. It's really not. It's not rocket science, bro. And like I said, bro, I deal with this shit every day. You know, negativity, hate. You know, enviness, you know, but it doesn't, I don't let that shit cloud my vision and cloud what I'm trying to do, because that misery loves company. You understand, misery loves company to the aspect of people don't want to see other people win, and people don't want to see other people happy and smiling and doing things they want to do. That's why they hate on you, because they're miserable in their own life, because they don't have a journey that they're on. They don't know how to live that journey. They don't know how to be in a space of a journey of their own. You know what I'm saying? Because they always lived in a shadow of something else. And that may be their parents, that may be something of their family, and that may stem from something in their household, but that has not shit to do with you. So you can't let that shit affect what you got going on, for the simple fact of, if you let that shit affect you, you're never going to get to the point that you want to get to. And you just not. Like, you just not. Had I let all the naysayers say I wasn't gonna do shit, or had you let the naysayers, you ain't gonna be able to do shit. Who literally gives two fucks of what? Who gives a fuck about what somebody has to say about you? Like, who cares? Like, who genuinely cares about that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I'm coming on here today and talking to you guys about that today, because that is something that is going on into this today's society. Like, people are dealing with these certain things, like, oh, but such and such said this, or but such and such said that, and you know, people ain't rocking with me because of this and this and this and this. Bro, who gives two fucks about that shit? Like, nobody cares. Genuinely, bro, nobody cares. It's just what it is. And the moment you realize, I'll tell you this, the moment you get to the point where it's like, I really don't give two fucks about what nobody say about me, that is when your success is going to start. Genuinely, that is when your success is going to start. That is when you're going to start moving to the next level. That is when you're going to start to elevate. And honestly, if you're in a bad situation right now, I was telling a friend of mine this morning, I was telling her, like, she was like, you really helped me on just like getting me out of my bad situation, even though I couldn't see further than my own situation. And I'm gonna leave y'all with this. If your situation is bad right now, right? And it's not the situation you want to be in, and it's not essentially where you thought you would be at or where you strive to be at, and it's a position where you're like, fuck, I'm just here forever. I'm just what it. Why won't you switch your perspective and understand, like, if this is the worst my situation can be, right? If you're in, I don't know what situations y'all in, and I pray for everybody that you guys strive to be everything you need to be and get to the point you need to get to. But if this is the worst situation you're in, why don't you embrace that situation and embrace that season and understand that, okay, I'm gonna take a different perspective, and I'm going to do the things that is going to better my life instead of continue to do the things that are going to make the situation bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want more money, and let's just speak on finances real quick. If you want more money and you want more finances in your life and you want to be better with your money, it's as simple as being better with your money. You got discipline every day to wake up and brush your teeth. Same thing. Stop spending the money on the bullshit. The money getting spent on the bullshit comes from thinking about what they gonna think of you, so you want to keep up with the Joneses and all your other friends. But essentially, they don't even give a fuck. They talking about you already, so why would you even keep up with them when they don't even give a fuck? So don't keep up with them. Genuinely, you don't have to keep up with them. You know what I'm saying? We just speaking on finances. So if your body isn't where you want it to be, if you're not in shape like you want to be, and you feel like you're fat and you all this, excuse me, and you're all these certain things, okay, cool. But you can switch that perspective and you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna just work out for 45 minutes or do these things, and I'm gonna count and track my calories and my intake and different things like that, because I know that my health and my wellness is what's going to keep me alive each and every day. And if you don't understand that, then you don't even understand the principles of life. Those should be the certain little things that you want to take care of. So, like, keep that in mind. So that's some shit that happened. Okay, now we back. But yeah, though. Yeah, man. So anyway, that was that. It's just that simple. It's just that simple, bro. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, I am consistently going to post these videos. I'm consistently going to give you this free game, and I'm practicing on being disciplined and consistent with my content. You know what I mean? Everybody falls short. That's the beauty in life. But at the end of the day, we got, if you get a chance to do it again the next day, you get a chance to do it again the next day. And that is the most beauty in life. And once you guys understand that and take that initiative and go forward, then you will understand where I'm coming from. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, follow the Instagram Rebels _ follow all the social medias on TikTok. All of them is just Rebels _ and the other one is Rebels with 2 underscores. Just follow all the social medias, like, comment, subscribe. If you want something that you want me to talk about, drop a comment, drop a like, whatever you need me to talk about. I'm giving y'all free game and the things that I'm going through. And I hope you guys have a blessed week and a blessed month. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.